Why can't you focus at work? Why is your mind constantly racing and distracted, and you have to punish yourself and beat yourself up all the time just to get about 20, 30% efficiency on your work? Why can you not focus at work? Look, this is a video to my younger self. I'm 44 now, and I don't have a job anymore. I work for myself. I mean, I don't really work at all. In my opinion, I don't do what feels like working. It just feels like having fun day to day, what I do to make money. But a long time ago, I used to be a software developer, and I had plenty of creativity, plenty of ability as a software developer, but I never really enjoyed it, and I didn't even get nearly as far as I could have gone because I couldn't focus. I couldn't make myself be consistent in terms of getting my work done and applying myself. Sometimes I could, sometimes I was able to do some really cool stuff and get a lot of good stuff done, but the majority of the time I was struggling to focus. I was struggling to make myself attend to my work and progress and be consistent. So why the hell could I not do that? Well, the first reason is I didn't enjoy it. And you don't enjoy your job. You don't enjoy what you're doing. You're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're doing it, well, I was doing it to make my ex-wife happy, or try to. I was doing it to get status. I was doing it to please other people. When I first started working as a software developer, I kind of enjoyed the creativity aspect of it. I kind of enjoyed delivering something to customers and the satisfaction that they would get, like the fact that it would make their life easier. They would make more money and do their job more quickly. And so I found that rewarding. But the majority of it is just sitting in a room by yourself, and that's just not something that I enjoy at all. So I didn't like the pressure. I didn't like the fact that it was most of the time just me sitting staring at a screen. I didn't enjoy it. And so it's so difficult to stay focused and consistently working at something that you don't enjoy. The second reason I've written down here is I didn't know myself, and you don't know yourself. If you're in the same place, if you really knew yourself, then one, you'd have a plan to get out of this job that you don't enjoy. And two, you probably wouldn't have got into there in the first place. And three, even if you were doing that job, you would understand what's going on and you'd be able to focus better because you would know yourself. I didn't know who I was at all. I didn't know what kind of personality I had. I didn't understand like why I was doing that job really. I only had a vague idea. I didn't understand my motivations. I didn't know myself, and I didn't know what the purpose is of me doing that job. I didn't have a longer term, a larger vision for why I was doing that job. And so it's so hard, guys. It's so hard to enjoy yourself and to stay present and focused at work when you don't know yourself, when you don't have a clear idea of why you're doing what you're doing. And the third thing I've written down here is I don't know my purpose. You don't know your purpose. And they all go together, you see. I couldn't focus because I hated my job. And I hated my job because I didn't know myself. I didn't even know who I was in that position. And I didn't know myself in as much as I didn't know my purpose. I didn't know why. I didn't understand the purpose of why I was there at that job, those jobs. And that's because I didn't understand the purpose of why I existed, why I'm here on this planet. Didn't understand that. If I don't know why I'm here, if you don't know why you're here, then you can't know yourself. And then you can't choose something that aligns with that because you don't know what it is. So you're going to hate it. And it's going to be almost impossible to focus. Now, the reason that I didn't know myself, the reason that we are obscured and like our true nature, our true purpose, and who we deeply are is hidden is because we're having constant automatic thoughts. We've been programmed. We've been programmed by our parents when we're very young, the people around us when we're very young, all the advertising, all the TV shows, all the propaganda that's constantly trying to sell us stuff. and make us create allegiance to causes, forces, spiritual forces, principalities and powers that are trying to enroll us in their purpose, trying to make us part of their reasons for being. That's what's going on. And the reason that we're going along with this stuff is because we are a slave. We are a slave to automatic thought processes. We haven't got mental freedom. We don't understand what's happening inside our own mind. We're not aware and present. I wasn't aware and present with myself. I was constantly distracted by all the programming, all the thoughts that were occurring to me all the time. For example, I need to do my job so that I can make money. I need to do my job so that I can get the love of my ex-wife. I need to do my job. I need to do this work so that I can get status, so that other people can respect me. And these are all false ideas. It's ego. It's not even who I am. It's not the truth at all. So because I was unaware of my own thoughts, that I was not free mentally to choose what thoughts I'm going to believe and engage with, and what thoughts I'm going to release and just observe, then I was not free to have the kind of emotions that would allow me to just peacefully and joyfully complete my tasks. Because I was not mentally free, I was a slave to all kinds of automatic thought processes that had just been laid onto me. And they were driving me to do a job that I hated because I wasn't aware of my purpose. So I didn't know who I was. And so I was doing this job that I hated. And I really wish that I had understood that when I was younger. I really wish that someone had taught me how that works and how to get free of it. But there is like a happy ending, because all of that, all the stuff I just described, and there's so much more awful, terrible sufferings and challenges and disappointments and soul destruction that I have been through. All of that was for a purpose, and that is that I am now passing that on. I mean, I do that now as a living. That's how I make my living. Is I mentor other people. Most of them are a lot younger than me. A lot of them are young men just like I was. And so because I'm doing this right now, out in the world, in my job, in my work, it's not a job, in my business, in my employment, and that I'm doing this right now on camera, it actually makes it completely worthwhile. Makes sense why I suffered and why I had all that confusion, why I could never focus. I could not focus in a consistent way at my job. It really does make sense. The fact that I went through all that is so that I could learn how to be mentally free. And the reason I learned how to be mentally free is so that I could teach others and pass them on and tell them the truth, which is that the only freedom is to do God's will. Bet you weren't expecting that one. But we'll do another video about that very soon. This is Eddie Forever. Peace.